David, and I'm here for Creative Gift Packaging. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple pumpkin wreath to decorate your door using just a few materials available from Creative Gift Packaging. The first item you need is a 15-inch wreath frame. I'm using copper so it'll coordinate with the other materials. One roll of 21-inch mesh. You can choose your own color or you can copy the project here. This is a brown with copper foil, 21-inch. You need some green mesh. You can use some that you have on hand, or I've chosen this apple and moss with lime foil. Something to make tendrils and decorate your finished product. I'm using a tinsel tie garland that we carry that is also a lime green, will coordinate. And finally, to embellish the pumpkin, I'm using a glittered leaf spray, a fall leaf spray, and I'll cut that up into sections and use it to decorate the finished project. So to get started, I'm going to take your wreath frame, and we won't be using it in the conventional way. What I'm going to do is flip it over. I'm going to take all the ties around the center and pull those into the center so that they're visible and ready to work with. You may find that you need to use some of the outer ties. In most cases, those get turned under. We will leave one for the top of the pumpkin, for the stem area. So what I'm going to do is just select that one randomly. Okay, so unwrap the mesh, started. And as usual, I drop my mesh on the floor. I work with it so that it's curling under. Gather it up. Okay. I'm going to start in the center, and what I do is start by attaching it from the back of the frame to the center of the pumpkin. Now I'm going to come across. What you want to try to do is keep your edges turned under. Right? So I'm going to come straight across the center, flip it over again, and catch that in the ties. Let's see, on the other side. Just twist it one time. You don't want to twist and twist and twist. You just use up your ties. One good sturdy twist will hold it in place, and you may need those ties later on because we're going to do 2 layers of mesh to make sure that we're covered. Okay, so I'm going back around across the front, and again we're going to come down to the next set of ties in the back. This will make sense as I go along. Hopefully it will make sense as I go along. Another layer here. And that's the outside edge of the pumpkin. Okay. We want to bring that across. And this outer side is the trickiest to get into the right position, but a little bit of persistence and you can get it to look right. Okay. So now we've gone from the center across to one side, and we're going to go back across all the way to the other side. That gives us a second layer, and then from there we'll come back to the center to finish it. So I'm going to just watch as I go along. This is where you need to sculpt a little bit and punch it in. You want that to round the corner a little bit, but not to fight it too much. Okay. Back across what we've already done. Now see what's happening is it's getting thicker and you won't be able to see through it. once you get that second layer on. And the main thing to do is just turn your edges under. You're not showing a lot of raw edges there. Back around. This should be the last time across on this edge, so again, I'm going to gather it nicely and sculpt it a little bit, make sure your edges are turned under, and come to the back and secure that. Perfect. To the back side here. This will be the last placement. So to come across, and see, here's our set of ties. That's the top. We're coming across and down the center here, and turn your edges under. Spin this around so I can face it. Challenge to work backwards and upside down. Now, the profile of this is turning out to be an oval sort of shape, so it really is like a squatty pumpkin or a fat, short pumpkin. And one last trip across. You can't see what I can see, but I can see through this section right here because that's not double yet. So that's the last section in the center of the pumpkin. And I have to go back and tweak a little bit there. Then just chop it off, and working from the back side, I'm just going to tuck this in a little bit, maybe stick a tie in there to keep it from coming loose. On that side, same thing over here, just tuck it in a little bit. Here we go. Under. That. And then you'll see, let's have this little pumpkin shape. And then these two ties, well, you're going to put pretty much everything else in these two ties at the top. So to get something leafy and decorative, I'm going to figure out where I want these to be. I'll make a couple of bow loops. And there's nothing really precise about this, and you don't have to be concerned about being real precise, because it is sort of an organic form and natural, and I like some good tails here. So let's see what I've done. I have two loops, and an extra set of tails, so I've got 4 tails there, and then that gets twisted into the top, kind of snug. So So those come down here to decorate it. And then we're going to use some of the tinsel garland and make tendrils. I would advise use some wire cutters for this. Don't use your scissors unless you want dull scissors. I'll cut about 3 sections, random lengths, anywhere from 18-20 inches up to a couple of feet. And I'm just going to grab those up and twist those in at the top. And then I'm just going to use my finger and make those whimsical looking little curly tendrils like that. And again, there is no right or wrong. It doesn't, my idea of perfect and your idea of perfect can be completely different ideas. And it's just, you know, it looks attractive, cute to you. Continue on and get curly. I think I'm going to trim these tails down just a little bit when I'm done. Okay, so last step, final little embellishment. I'm going to take this, section it up, and sort of arrange. Okay, what I'm going to use these 2 copper ties that I left at the top, once again, to attach the leaves. So what I'm going to do is sort of place them where I'd like them to land. And those in place. Twist that in. And maybe one here. Twist that in. And then these 2 big leaves, I'm going to interlock those so they cover that spot. Cut that down a little bit. So one this way, one this way. Ties, twist it in really well, nice and snug. And fix that to the back. Now, I have a lot of material in here, so I'm going to fluff it and get it visible. And show. And I'm going to trim these tails off just a little bit neater. finished project. So there's your glamorous, whimsical pumpkin door decoration for fall, Thanksgiving. Can go all the way from early October through until you're ready to decorate for Christmas. I hope that's simple enough and that you'll get excited about making one for yourself. Remember, you can use other colors of mesh, you can use other types of materials to accomplish the same look, and I hope you will have fun doing it. Thanks.